Hey guys, Justin here coming at you with a review of the new Plant House Grow Tent 5x5, big, fatty, huge tent from GrowersHouse.com. Shout out to GrowersHouse.com for providing this tent to take a look at. I needed a 5x5 and they had a 5x5. It's a perfect match. It's awesome. I'm here in Tent City. As you can see, I'm a bit of a tent connoisseur. So let's go ahead and check out the finer points of this here 5x5. So we get in here, unzip it, and bam, look at that. Look at all that space for activities. This is a really big tent. For those of you that are pricing tents out there, and you maybe have a 3x3 or a 2x4, and you're considering to go with a 5x5 or a 4x4, a 5x5 is significantly larger than a 4x4. Significantly larger. So make sure you have enough light to cover it and enough ventilation to ventilate it, is basically what it comes down to. So that's the first thing, to settle on the size. Then when you're looking at tents, you want to look at the density of the material itself. You want to make sure it's nice and thick so that it's not going to rip. Really good canvas. You want to look at the inside to make sure it's very reflective. You want to make sure that you have plenty of duct ports of various different sizes all over the tent. And you can see this tent has it all. It actually has 8-inch intake ports on the bottom on both sides, as well as the passive screened intakes. And then you've got another port in the back there that you can use if you have hydroponics or whatever. You can run your all your wires and stuff for your pumps out there. Or you could use that as an intake as well if you got a fan small enough. And then you got a couple of giant 8-inch ducts over here. Maybe even 10-inch. Because that's an 8-inch that's hanging out there, and it's actually, I think these are 10-inch. Because that's an 8-inch duct that's in there, and it's not tight. Usually if you're maxed out, it's tight. So these may actually be 10-inch. I don't have a 10-inch duct to check it, but I do have a meter. So let's check that out. Let's see here. Sure enough, 10 inches. So yeah, those are 10-inch ducts, tested with the meter. Never fails. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. 10-inch ducts all the way around. Plenty of airflow capacity. And these screens on the bottom are huge. They're almost double the size of a 4x4 screen, or most 4x4 screens that I've seen. It of course has the little drip pan in the bottom here that's separate to keep your floor clean. It also comes with a carrying case. I don't know if you're ever going to pack up your tent and take it somewhere, but it comes with a really nice carrying case with the Plant House logo. It's got side doors, so you can access both sides. Pretty sweet. It does have the one exhaust in the top. It doesn't have one on the other side. It's only the right side. So make sure you're looking at that when you're doing your planning. One of the cool features I think about it is actually something that I don't see on a lot of tents, is this extra flap right here. So when you go to close the tent, that flap goes across there and you don't get light leaks. So that way, when I zip this up, you can't see anything. Not a single light leak. And that goes all the way the length of the tent. So the zippers are really, really light tight, which I know a lot of people care about. So this is definitely an option for you. Now as far as height goes, I could deal with it being a little bit higher. You can see my other tents are a little bit taller. It's about 6 feet tall, give or take a few inches. So if that's enough height for you, that's pretty good. That'll work. You can see I've got quite a bit of height left here. This is running at 29 inches off the floor right now. This is a Spider Farmer SF7000 that I just got done testing in here. Figured I'd leave it in here for the tent review. just to kind of give you guys an idea of size and space. So this thing's in here killing the game. It actually does cover the tent pretty well. It's 500 to 1100 micromoles all the way around. Tent's very reflective. This thing read really, really well. It tested really well in this tent. Really, really well. So definitely the reflection is on point. And yeah, I mean, this is there's not much else to really say. This is a pretty nice tent. Like, it really is. See the top there. And then they also sent the Common Culture fans. Bam, right there. 8-inch Common Culture inline fan. Their fans kick ass. I don't know what they're doing, but it's like the older style of fan, but it pushes out way more air. Like, that's the Active Air Hydrofarm fan that I've had for years. And then this is the newer Common Culture. And this is a 4-inch, this is an 8-inch. But I matched this 4-inch up against the Common Culture 4-inch that I have over here. And this one kicks ass, man. It puts out so much more. 4-inch to 4-inch, it puts out more. So I'm pretty big on their fans as well. They're not a bad price. They have good output. They sent me a fan speed controller as well. Their fan speed controllers work well. Let me kick this on. It's getting a little warm in here. We'll get some airflow out of the 8-inch. This is a nice little way to cool off here. Whew, man. Yeah, that thing's blowing like crazy. Oh, that feels good. It's warm in here. Got my Inkbird controller. It's 72 up in here with quite a bit of humidity. But yeah, this tent is on point, man. On point in every way that I want it to be. I dig it. I dig it, I dig it. There's not really much else to say. It's got plenty of ports. It's got the crossbars, your normal crossbars. I would like to say to all the tent manufacturers out there, I would like to see more cross poles. Just 2 cross poles to hang stuff from just isn't enough for me. I want 4, because you got to be able to hang some supplemental lighting or fans and stuff like that in different positions. So just for future reference, I would like to see 4. And everything is great about this tent. There's only 2 things that I would say I would have a complaint with. Let's go ahead and turn this fan off too. It feels good, but it's probably kind of loud for you guys. There's only 2 things that I would change. One is the height. I would raise the height a little bit. And then 2, I did occasionally have where the zipper would catch on the corner here. Because you can see it kind of pleats up a little bit, where maybe the material wasn't quite cut even, and then they sewed it together and it kind of pleated. I've had a couple times where the zipper caught a little bit here. See right there, it just caught a little bit. Yeah, so right there, it has a little hitch. That's the only other thing I would change. It works fine everywhere else, like all the straight sections. It's great, but then you get to that corner and it gets a little catchy. See what I'm saying? But yeah, other than that, great tent. I especially like the light tight zipper, which I know a lot of people bitch about that. So I mean, that's there for you. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Click the link below to check out growershouse.com. They got a bunch of cool stuff there. I buy stuff from there all the time. I get my ducting oftentimes there because their 8-inch ducting is a really good deal. They just got a lot of good stuff there. And now they've got some nice tents. And they're at a decent price too. So check them out. Link below. Till next time, guys. Happy growing.